Good evening, viewers, wherever you may be watching around the world, in particular in Ireland, Northern Ireland. Tonight, big match between Northern Ireland and Ireland. This is Joe Fanto, all the way from Australia, President of the World 8-Ball Pool Federation. It's my pleasure to try and give you some commentary on this match. To kick off, I believe Northern Ireland won the lag, and on table 1, which we'll call the table on the left of screen, and table 2 we'll call table on the right of the screen. So we've got Dylan Leary versus Robert Brady on table 1, and Carl Martin versus Sean Sharkey on table 2. So we'll concentrate on table 1 first, where the balls have been broken, and we've got Dylan That's a lovely shot there by Dylan Leary. Sorry, that's Robert Brady. I was looking at the lighter coat, the lighter part of his vest. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So this is Robert Brady for Ireland, who's got a good start to this frame. He's down to only 3 reds remaining. Of course, this match is best of 15, so it's a race to 8. So this is a 2019 European Championships being played at the Gleneagle Hotel in Killarney in Ireland. For all you viewers around the world, it's a lovely, lovely place. One of the big tourist spots here in Ireland, Killarney. And Robert Brady finishes nicely on this, on either red. We've got red to the middle, to the left middle pocket, or red down the rail to the bottom left. And of course, the black is up on the top rail. On the top of the screen, so he'll be looking to leave himself a little bit of an angle on that red in the middle pocket so that he can run off it. So he's just left of it so that he can go off that red cushion and then get in a position where he can pot that black in the top right hand corner pocket. And that's a perfect shot by Robert Brady. Couldn't be any better than that. Leaves himself straight down the rail. And courtesy of Robert Brady, Ireland A score their first frame. So it's Ireland A 1, Northern Ireland A 0. And so it was Robert Brady defeating Dylan Leary. And on table 2 we've got Carl Martin for Northern Ireland and Sean Sharkey for Ireland. At the moment it's Sean Sharkey at the table. So as far as we'll look at where they are on the table. Of course, the top 4 go through to the finals, and we've got Northern Ireland who are in 5th, and Ireland who are in 6th. Northern Ireland are actually on equal points to the 4th team, which is Wales. So we've just seen David McQuillan break for Ireland on table 1. So on that table we've got Gerard Heaney from Northern Ireland and David McQuillan from Ireland. So it looks like David just had a dry break. All balls are still on the table. So it's Gerard Heaney at the table now for Northern Ireland on table 1. So all those yellows are quite potable because it was quite a good break. All the balls came out, but unfortunately nothing went down for David McQuillan. So a big cheerio to you all. Thank you for joining us here on Euro8ball.com. Of course, this live stream is brought to you courtesy of the European 8-Ball Federation and the great work that Yvonne Armitage does on the technical side of it to organise this live streaming. So that's a good shot. By Gerard Heaney. So he's got all yellows out in the open. It's a question of whether he can negotiate to get around and pot them all. It's either over the pocket or pretty much in the middle of the table are the yellows. Takes that ball in the corner pocket. So I'd say he's now got to take that yellow ball nearest the 8-ball, which should go into the bottom right hand pocket, bottom of screen. And somehow, and probably with the white, he'll duck just the other side of the black and leave himself on the other yellow, which is not too far from the black as well. So he's just sorting that out, getting it clear in his mind. And on table 2 we've still got the match between Carl Martin and Sean Sharkey. So he's missed that pot, and Gerard Heaney. So that's let David McQuillan in. So he's got a red there that he can pot in the bottom left-hand corner to start off his break with this visit. I think we would all like one of those to start our visits to the table. So Ireland have drawn first blood and they lead 1-0 in this match. So the the table reads England A on top, France A next, Malta A next, and Wales. So at the moment they constitute the finals teams. And just outside the finals on percentage is Northern Ireland, and then followed by Ireland, who are one match behind Northern Ireland. So this is David McQuillan at the table.
Super shot, Sharky. Fantastic stuff.
That's Sean Sharkey for Ireland on the Reds. So we'll just stay with Sean Sharkey here to see if he pots out. He's just got a stunt back. A stunt across, and he's gone a bit too far. Wow, there's a bit of work still to do here. He's got that relatively long pot. He'd be disappointed. Here you can see the facial expression there. He's a little bit disappointed in getting that sort of position. He's sort of raced past the where he would have liked position. But this is very potable still. That's a lovely shot. He's oh, that's unfortunate. But that's what happens. You know, he's cut it in the middle, but lost control of the white and off another ball and in off. So unfortunately, he potted the 8 ball, but lost the frame. So it's all square now. Carl Martin wins that frame for Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland 1, Ireland 1, and the next 2 players to come on are from Northern Ireland, Gerard McKeown and Declan Howe from Ireland. They're on table 2, which is the right hand off screen. So we're on black here. So Ireland A is on black, and they've just missed the black. So that's Gerard Heaney. Sorry, that was would have been David McQuillan. Yeah, Northern Ireland on yellows, so they're still on the table. So it must have been David McQuillan that just missed the black for Ireland. This is Northern Ireland at the table on yellows. Yep, that's right. Which must be Gerard Heaney now at the table. So these yellows, you should be able to put that yellow into the top left corner pocket, and then just stand back for a little bit for yellow in the middle. But he's still got the angle to get on this last yellow into the bottom right hand corner. Nice straight yellow here. Nicely done by Gerard Heaney, Northern Ireland. And of course that's the frame to Northern Ireland, and they hit the front. They go to a 2-1 lead. So that was Gerard Heaney defeating David McQuillan. So next on table 1 will be Chris Beattie from Northern Ireland and Stephen Dempsey from Ireland. So of course the top 4 teams go through to the finals. One will play 4 and the second place team will play 3. And both these teams are knocking on the door to finals contention. And in particular Northern Ireland, who are level on points with the 4th place team being Wales, but Wales have got the superior percentage. Of course, just out of interest, after Northern Ireland, who are 5th, you've got Ireland, Scotland, Belgium, Portugal and Cyprus make up the team ladder for the men's A division. So this is Steve Dempsey on table 1 for Ireland. So this is Stephen Dempsey for Ireland on table 1. And we've just had a now it looks like Northern Ireland won the game on table 2, so it must have been Gerard McGowan. You can't turn your head here, so they lead 3-1. So Gerard McGee defeated Declan Howe. So we've still got Chris Beattie playing Stephen Dempsey on table 1, and of course the incoming players are going to be Dylan Leary of Northern Ireland against David McQuillan. They're on table 2. So that was Dylan Leary for Northern Ireland breaking on table 2. So at this stage I just concentrate on the game on table 1. And at the moment it's Stephen Dempsey at the table. So Stephen's on the red balls, and of course they're all out in the open. He can whatever he prefers here, whichever way he wants to go. He can take that ball over the pocket, or the ball close to the middle right pocket where he's potted it. All 3 balls are pottable here in this corner. Nice shot. So you can keep the break going by cannon here. Just cannon one red onto the other in this bottom right hand pocket. So that stayed nicely for him there, and that's a perfect shot. That's a great shot, Stephen Dempsey. He managed to leave that red on the bottom right-hand pocket, and he's finished perfectly on that red at the baulk end of table. So he's getting up again. You can't be too careful in this game. If you don't feel comfortable, you get up, and that's exactly what's going on here with Steve Dempsey. So he's come back now. Of course, the black is going to go in the bottom left-hand corner. And that's another frame to Ireland. Stephen Dempsey clears, and he defeats Chris Beattie of Northern Ireland. So now they peg one back, and at the end of the first round, Northern Ireland lead Ireland 3 frames to 2. And on table 2 we've got Dylan Leary of Northern Ireland playing David McQuillan. And the incoming players are Carl Martin versus Robert Brady. Robert Brady from Ireland and Carl Martin from Northern Ireland. So Steve McQuillan at the table at the moment. He's on yellows. So I'm just so this is Dylan Leary for Northern Ireland on table 2, who's circling the table. Having a very good look. So Dylan Leary is going to try and cut this red towards the pocket. Just a shot to try and promote that red a little bit closer to the pocket there. Let's see what David McQuillan can do on the red balls. So with the reds he can run sorry, he's on the yellows. So he's just played a defensive shot, left that white on the cushion. And Dylan Leary's on the reds. So we're coming to you from the Gleneagle Hotel here in Killarney Island, These are the European 8-Ball Championships for 2019. We're getting to the interesting stages. Tomorrow's going to be finals day, and concluding tomorrow night with a big presentation evening. So on the right table we're looking at David McQuillan at the table at the moment for Ireland. He's playing Dylan Leary from Northern Ireland. And of course on the other table we've got Cole Martin versus Robert Brady. Robert Brady is Ireland and Cole Martin is Northern Ireland. So it's been a wonderful championship so far. It started with a very moving opening ceremony. Over 500 people walking into their national anthems, all the teams of course, and with a wonderful tribute to John McMahon, who passed away unexpectedly not very long ago. And of course our heartfelt condolences go out to family and friends, and of course the Irish Pool Association. He's a wonderful contributor to Irish Pool and a big supporter of the European Championships and the World Championships. He was a true gentleman and great ambassador to the game, and he certainly loved being one of the competitors at these events. I'm sure he's looking down. So we're watching Dave McQuillan, who's on the yellow balls here. He's trying to work out how to negotiate these balls to make them disappear and get onto the black, because after this shot, if he leaves things as they are, all those reds, they're quite potable. So he's got to try and create something here, either to prevent his opponent from winning or to actually, you know, win himself. And yet he hasn't got an easy potable ball here. So Dave McQuillan, what can he do? So he's tried to play a defensive shot by going up the table. It's you know, it's a good effort to try and play defensive, but Dylan Leary can run that red down past the two reds, the bottom left-hand corner here. So he seems to have, let's see what shot he's going to go for. He's certainly doing a fair bit of walking around the table. So both these two players in the meantime on the other table we've got Cole Martin and Robert Brady. So Robert Brady is just podded red. He's only got one more red to go, and then he can have a go at the black. And if he can get this frame, then it squares it all up with Northern Ireland. So he walks away again. He walks away again. If we look at the players' mannerisms, sometimes it can be quite funny. So he's missed the pot. As Robert Brady missed the pot, he kind of figured there's no pressure, we can do this. Done it a few times. and that's the most dangerous time, where you can miss, just like we just witnessed. So can Cal Martin capitalise here for Northern Ireland? They've got off to a good start, Northern Ireland. 3-2 lead. Sometimes the players just seem to disappear, but they're only just off screen. So this is Dylan Leary, the table for Northern Ireland, on the table on the right. So that red being put there prevents the yellows from being potted without having run some into them and knocking them and spreading them. So Dave McQuillan, what's he looking to do here? Dave McQuillan very pensive, trying to find the right shot. He's going to be least. Trying to look for the least damage. So Ireland, you would think, have the advantage on this second table, as we just pause to see that Ireland is about to have a go at the black. And that's another frame to Ireland, to Robert Brady. So now the scores are all tied up at 3-all. Neck and neck. And the next two players coming in will be Gerard Heaney versus Sean Sharkey. Gerard Heaney, of course, Northern Ireland A, and Sean Sharkey, Ireland B. So David McQuillan and Dylan Leary. So it's Dylan Leary at the moment for Northern Ireland at the table. It's a good pot on the reds, but he's going to go in off. No, he's not. Just made it. He may snooker here. So this is. So it's David McQuillan at the table now on table 2. Playing Dylan Leary. So on table 2, it's still Dylan Leary and David McQuillan. So Northern Ireland Reds. So you can see the one red is being not going anywhere because of the yellow blocking it. Another one is in the opposite pocket down here in the bottom of the screen. It is very close to the white and very close to the other pocket. So he's nudged that out of there. And it looks like he's got another shot. Just trying to work out what he can do here to prevent his opponent from winning. Dylan Leary coming to you from Gleneagle Hotel in Killarney, Ireland. So this is one of those trying to prevent your opponent from winning. So he's put the red on that yellow, so that if he did decide to play those two balls, it would be a foul snooker. Sorry, it would be yeah, so that's Ireland, which have got that pocket down here in the bottom right, and Northern Ireland have got a red stuck there. So we've got our work cut out. But at the same time, it's going to be one of those tactical games where eventually they're going to be looking for someone to foul. So we might concentrate on table 1 for the time being. In Jared Heaney and Sean Sharkey. So at the moment it's Sean Sharkey at the table for Ireland. Score is 3-3 in this match between Ireland and Northern Ireland. It's quite a tussle, as you would expect from these two teams. I'm sure they're arch rivals. So that's a nice pot, playing that cannon and still potting that red along the rail. By Sean Sharkey. So all these reds are potable, but unfortunately he seemed to rush that shot, so of course you saw the result, a miss. So his opponent Jared Heaney is at the table at present for Northern Ireland. Still battling away on table 2. So big cheerio wherever you're watching from around the world. Thank you for being with us here on Euro8ball.com. This live streaming brought to you courtesy of the European 8-Ball Federation and the great work done by Yvonne Armitage to produce these 4 channels for these European Championships. So this is Gerard Heaney here for Northern Ireland on table 1. That's a nice shot. Now he's still on this yellow in the middle, and he can just stun out for the yellow to the end. Gerard Heaney, can he negotiate these 2 balls for Northern Ireland? 3 in fact with the black. So in it goes. You just got to pot this yellow and come round and pot the black in that same pocket that he's just potted the yellow. This is Gerard Heaney, Northern Ireland. At the moment the score is delicately poised at 3-all. He's come back round. So now it's back to Gerard Heaney at the table. He's got that yellow ball there that I think all he's going to try and do is just touch it and leave it as tight as possible to prevent potting certain balls. So he's going to try and play off a cushion to hit that yellow. Let's see how he goes. And he's certainly hit it pretty well. The only thing he didn't do was pot it. But he saved giving away 2 shots. And now it's Sean Sharkey back at the table. He's got a pot all of these reds. So this is Sean Sharkey at the table for Ireland, and they're still battling away on table 2 in Dylan Leary and David McQuillan. Sean Sharkey from Ireland. He's trying to work out what he's going to do. This is very awkward to bridge this way. And yeah, hit a cushion. So that was a legal shot. So the aim was to keep his opponent snookered, who's Gerard Heaney. Going to try and take that ball out. That's a great shot. Great shot by Dylan Leary. Not only did he get that ball out, he's got it out and covered the other pocket. So Gerard Heaney. And of course on this other table it's still Dylan Leary and David McQuillan. It's a great shot to hit it. So Ireland. So this is Sean Sharkey. He's got to try and pot one of these reds. He's got a simple red. Well, looks simple, but it's not from that distance. Length of the table. He's going to try and pot that red into the bottom left-hand corner. And then he'll probably take the one that's over the pocket on the opposite side, which should give him plenty of leverage to get a park for the black ball. That's a nice shot there by Sean Sharkey. So he's having a good look everywhere to make sure he doesn't take anything unturned. So it's not too bad. He can put that red into the bottom right and run round. So that down to his last ball, the black. So Ireland with the opportunity to go ahead here. And that's another frame to Ireland. Sean Sharkey defeats Gerard Heaney of Northern Ireland. So that means that Ireland are in front, 4 frames to 3. Still very close, but Ireland with their noses in front. And they're still battling away here in this game between Dylan Leary and David McQuillan. Nobody giving an inch, so we virtually have a stalemate. So the incoming players are Gerard McGean and Stephen Dempsey. And they're on table 1. That's a good shot. So the first game of this round is still in progress. But now we should be getting much closer to conclusion. So yellows, Ireland on yellows on table number 1. That's Steve Dempsey, who's playing Gerard McEwen. It's a nice putt on the yellow. So this is Dave McQuillan, trying to work out what he can do with his yellow. Trying looking at the black and seeing if he can get it inside. But I suspect that if he that table will be that shot will be very difficult. If he doesn't fill up to it, then simply try another pocket. David McQuillan giving this shot a lot of thought. I'd love to know what he's thinking. I'm not sure that it improves every time you look at it. Looking, looking and looking. In the meantime, we're going to get a result on table 1 again. And it's another Irish frame to Stephen Dempsey, and he's defeated Gerard McEwen. So the score goes to 5-3. Ireland leading. So we're going to have a shot here on this table. Beauty. So that was a pretty good result by David McQuillan. He's got it out nicely. So the pressure's on his opponent Dylan Leary that he's got to pot and then pot the second ball and then start talking about what they would like to do together. So Dylan Leary here. So this is still the first frame of the second round. So that's a nice shot, and he's only left to negotiate the black over the pocket. And Northern Ireland through Dylan Leary defeat David McMillan, and hence they now only trail 4-5. And in the meantime, we've got Chris Beattie and Declan Howe on table 1, and Dylan Leary and Sean Sharkey on table 2. So we'll stick to table 1 this frame. So it's Chris Beattie for Northern Ireland at the table now. So he's on the red balls. So they're already disappeared. There's been a few potted off the break. Played that nicely, coming back for the other reds. Let's see what Chris Beattie can do here. This game is neck and neck at 4-5, and of course it's 15 frames, which all have to be played out because this is a round robin. In the meantime, table 2, this is a fairly quick game in Dylan Leary and Sean Sharkey, and Ireland pick up another frame. So Sean Sharkey defeats Dylan Leary, and the score would go to 6-4. So table 1, we've still got Chris Beattie and Declan Howe. Chris Beattie. Sorry, that's Declan Howe at the table on table 1. He's playing Chris Beattie of Northern Ireland. So it's Declan Howe who's prancing around the table, trying to work it out. So he's going to try and tuck this yellow inside the red in the bottom right hand pocket. That's a lovely shot. So it's Declan Howe on table 1 for Ireland. So it's very good. He's still got the table. Now this is an important pot. A little bit more difficult to pot the next ball, but certainly doable. So Dylan Howe for Ireland at the table. Can they take a 3-shot lead? Of course, 8 frames and wins a match, but you have to continue on because it's a round robin stage. So if a couple of teams are on the same points, then they go by percentage, and that's an excellent shot, potting that ball past the red. Probably take one to the middle. So we're concentrating on Declan Howe here. He's on the yellows. Coming to you from the Gleneagle Hotel and Killarney Island. So that was a yellow into the middle pocket. So he's got this yellow to the bottom right hand pocket, and another one on that at the balk end of table with the yellow that goes in top left hand corner. And there's another black potted by Steve Dempsey. So Ireland take a 7-4 lead. So this is still Declan Howe playing Chris Beattie. So this is a nice straight black for Declan Howe. Declan Howe. And he does this for Ireland. He's just defeated Chris Beattie. So this is going to mean that Ireland have got up and won this this match. They're 8-4 up. Of course, we've got to play the full 15 frames because it's round robin and percentage counts. So let's have a look and see what this means for Ireland having won this match. They were on 6 points, so they pick up 2 points. Depending on their percentage, they could move into 5th spot. So they need to beat Northern Ireland by a few frames to try and get above them. At the moment, Northern Ireland have got 51 frames and Ireland have got 49 prior to starting this match. So that break, we've just seen, this is Jared Healy and Declan Howe playing in the match on table 1. So 12, 1, 2, 3. And we've got Northern Ireland on a black here. They could peg one back. So it's a lovely black, and Northern Ireland peg a frame back, which means that Northern Ireland 5 and Ireland 8. So that means we've got 13 frames played. One's already on the table, and The last one is David McQuillan and Chris Beattie. And there may have been a substitute.
Right, just to confirm, in the B team section, the semi-finals in the morning.
So we're coming to you from the Gleneagles Hotel in Killarney, Ireland. These are the European 8-Ball Championships, wherever you might be watching around the world. Thank you for visiting www.euro8ball.com. And of course these championships are played under the auspices of the European 8-Ball Pool Federation. The host nation is the Irish Pool Association, and they've picked a magnificent venue for these championships this year. We're in an arena of 28 tables. So this is David McQuillan playing Chris Beattie on table 2. I suspect that this may be the substitute for Ireland on table 1, which would be Jason Waters, but I need to check that for you. Apologies, it's Declan Howe and Jared Healy. I must have missed Robert Brady's game because Jared McGean broken dished, and of course the other match is Chris Beattie and David McQuillan, which is on table 2. So that's Jared Healy. From Northern Ireland on the yellows. So we'll concentrate on that frame for now. So Jared Heaney, he could run that yellow onto the yellow, which is near the pocket there, and then try and stun his white He looks like he's shaping up to try and put that yellow on the right to the top right hand corner. I would have thought that the yellow to the left of these two cannoned onto the yellow, which is just near the top left pocket, would be the shot. No, he's just chosen to, I guess there may have been difficulty in holding the white. So it's quite a good shot, quite a good tight shot that he's left. So this is Declan Howe. Who's on reds. So he can put this red in the bottom left corner. That's a great shot. And that's unfortunate. It's just sat on that yellow. He played a great pot and ran the table to try and get on the red, which is over the middle, which is close to the middle pocket, but he needed to be on the baulk line side. And then you can see the result. He's finished up right on that yellow. Of course, Ireland have already won this match, but Ireland will be playing to try and win as many frames as they can, because they've got a strong possibility of making the top four and making the finals. Yeah, that's a great shot. Well played. And black goes down, and Ireland score another frame through Declan Howe. And they take a 9 frames to 5 lead. And this is Chris Beattie of Northern Ireland. Is it going in off? Yes. So David McQuillan. He's got 2 shots to pot the red and the black. Sorry, he's on yellows. Getting a little bit weary after a fair bit of commentary. So this is a great win for Ireland, and that's the black, which David McQuillan pots. He's defeated Chris Beattie of Northern Ireland, so it's an excellent win, a 10-5 win to Ireland, and that puts them in good stead to try and make the top 4. But with that good win, they should they go equal on points with Northern Ireland, but they'll go above Northern Ireland on percentage, because they started off tonight with Northern Ireland had 51 and Ireland 49, whereas now with 5 extra frames they will go above Northern Ireland and be in 5th spot. So that's it from the European 8-Ball Championships for now, and thank you all for being with us and viewing, and stay tuned. There's still more matches to come this evening, and of course there's 4 channels, so you've got a choice. And that's it from Joe Fanto. Thank you.